So my point, now we're coming to the point. Okay, my point was that there's a part of you, and I'm speaking relatively now, there's a part of you that is never bothered by anything that happens. Gail is bothered by this. Yeah? Gail is bothered by this, but there's a part of you, Gail, that's never bothered. It doesn't change. It's always the same. It doesn't matter if Gail is surrendered or if Gail is not surrendered, or if Gail is feeling peaceful, or if Gail is not feeling peaceful, or if she's bothered, or even if she's frustrated, yeah, which she wasn't this time. She was bothered. That's the word that feels right for you. But irrespective of all these things, which are all appearances within consciousness, all objects in consciousness, irrespective of whether Gail is feeling peaceful or not peaceful, or bothered or frustrated or not bothered or not frustrated or whatever, there's a part of you that is never touched by any of this stuff. That is your true nature. From the point of duality, which means from the point of ignorance or from the point of being a person, it feels like it's an innermost part of you. You can call it the witness. You can call it your beingness. You can call it the presence. You can call it what you like. You find your word. But there's something, a part of you. We can say it's a part of your experience. It isn't actually a part of your experience. It isn't actually a witness. But from the point of being a person, it feels like there's some part of me, my consciousness, my awareness, my beingness, the witness consciousness. Call it what you like, or find whatever words you want. I was pointing out to you, there's a part, something that never changes, that's unaffected by all this stuff. That was the point.
So
And
the
that
way to,
and that is what you are, actually.
so you truly are talking about the self, the one and only, the true self.
I am talking about the self, yes.
So
But
then,
from the point of view of a person, it can feel like or seem like it's a part of you, or a core of you, or an aspect of you, or that which is witnessing you, that which is aware of you, or that which is present, always present. It can feel differently depending on how the jiva conceives it, conceptualizes it, you know.
so the application of this, what you said to me, would be, I mean, what occurs to me is that,
Well, do you get what I'm saying, first of all? Because if you don't get what I'm saying, then you won't be able to apply it. I couldn't hear you.
yes, I get what you're saying.
Wonderful. Thank you. Sorry, please carry on.
So looking at what this means in terms of application to my life, you know.
Mm,
So,
yes.
I'm feeling unhappy or whatever it is I'm feeling about not being surrendered. So it seems like it's back to self-inquiry, basically, where where I get in touch with that true self.
Yes. Just notice, the first thing is just to notice that there's a part of you that is untouched, unscathed. Yeah. Water does not wet it. Wind does not parch it. Fire does not burn it. It's untouched, unscathed by anything that's happening. Just as the cinema screen is untouched, unscathed by the movie. Yeah. There could be a huge explosion in the movie. The cinema screen is untouched by it. Not even slightly singed, not even slightly burnt by the huge. It could be a nuclear explosion in the movie. And the cinema screen is unharmed, untouched by it. First thing is just to notice there's an aspect of you always that's untouched. And that is actually what you are. So relax and don't worry whether you're surrendered or not. Because there's that part of you which is always, in quotes, surrendered, meaning it is always at peace. It doesn't matter if you've picked up your weapons or you've dropped your weapons, whether you're surrendered or not surrendered as a person, there's that aspect of you that's always at peace. In that sense, it's always surrendered. It's always allowing whatever is happening to happen, just as the cinema screen is figuratively always allowing whatever is happening in the movie to happen freely. It allows the positive, bright, happy scenes in the movie to happen, and it allows the opposite to happen, opposite type scenes to happen as well. So it is always allowing everything to be as it wants to be.
See, I find that confusing though, because you're talking about the self, capital S, and yet you're bringing in things that belong to Maya.
Yeah. It's a Savikalpa teaching. It's a Savikalpa teaching. Savikalpa, as you explained when you spoke, it means with objects. It's a teaching about the self with objects. Okay. It's a lower teaching. It's on the level of Drishti-Srishti Vada. Even the three levels of the teaching, it's on the level of Drishti-Srishti Vada, which is teaching with objects present. It's a higher teaching than Srishti-Drishti Vada, which is the materialist paradigm. Now we're talking in the consciousness paradigm. Please see my article on the three levels of the teaching. It's one of the introductory articles on tomdas.com. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's explained very simply there. But it's not a nirvikalpa or a jata teaching. So when the self is spoken of in savikalpa terms, it's the witness. It means when objects are present, it is the witness of the objects. This is why Bhagavan says, when he instructs us to do self-inquiry, he says, to whom does this occur? To me. Who am I? To me means I am the subject, that is, witnessing the objects. So he's taken us from savikalpa to nirvikalpa, from maya to satya, from illusion to truth or reality. So when we speak of the self as coexisting with objects, we're speaking from the point of view of ignorance of the person. Yeah. In truth, the self doesn't coexist with objects. The self is one without a second. But from the point of view of person, it is felt as some unchanging aspect of the experience. It's like this scale. I'll explain to you a slightly different way. Yeah. Imagine you're playing a computer game. Now, have you ever seen these sorts of computer games where, what do they call it? Do they call it you're in the first person? So you're walking around and you just see the point of view of the character. Do you know what I'm talking about, Gail?
Well,
I
I
thought,
understand
I
the
thought you might
concept
not.
of do video games.
So they're these video games and they're from the point of view of a character. So you're walking around, you can't see the character. You can maybe see an arm walking in front, or if they're holding a weapon, you'll see a gun protruding forwards. And if you turn left, the whole screen will turn left. You turn right. So you're literally seeing the point of view of a character. You can't see the character itself. And you might be, let's say you're some kind of, you're in some sort of sci-fi game and you're playing some, I don't know, you're playing a character, a futuristic character with you're with a laser gun or something, yeah. And you're on this alien world and you're shooting at alien monsters or zombies or something. Okay, this is a computer game you're in. Okay, Gail.
Not my cup of tea, but
I know. Mine neither. Mine neither.
game like that that dealt with something nice, I might be
Well,
interested.
let's just say it's this for now. Okay. Or we could be at any computer game. You could be a character who's skipping around in a lush green meadow looking at daisies and flowers. And the computer game is to identify as many different species of flowers as you can find. Okay, so you're skipping around in this computer. You're playing this computer game and you're exploring a meadow. You're exploring a vast green lush meadow with lots of different color flowers in it. And the more flowers you identify, the more points you get on this computer game. Okay. And you're playing this, do you understand? And so you're playing this computer game and you're playing for hours and days and days. And over time, you forget that you are Gale playing a computer game. You suddenly feel that you are this, let's say you're playing this female character who's walking and dancing and skipping through the meadow looking for flowers. And suddenly, because you've been playing this computer game for hours and days and weeks and months, you start to feel that this is who you are. You know, if you've ever watched a movie and you're engrossed by the movie, you lose consciousness of everything around you and you just see the movie screen. Like if you're watching television, have you had the experience? You're watching television and it seems like the whole room just disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you're reading a book and the whole room disappears. You're just reading the book, you're immersed. This happens with computer games as well. You're playing the computer game and suddenly you forget that you're Gail playing a character of this girl skipping through the meadow. You feel you are this girl skipping through the meadow. Yeah. When she looks left or right, you feel you're looking left or right. When she stoops to identify a flower, you feel you're stooping to identify a flower. Yeah. And you get lost in this illusion. Okay. This is the analogy for feeling like you're a person. And now let's say you're stuck in this computer game. You don't feel bad about it. It's a pleasant game. So you're enjoying it. You're skipping around the meadows. This is what who you think you are now. You think you're this girl skipping around the meadows looking at flowers. One day you kind of get a sense though that there's someone watching you. Not from within the computer game, but from behind you somehow. You get a sense there's some kind of presence watching everything. Yeah. That's actually what you are. That's actually Gail, playing the computer game, right? But because you're identified with the person, you don't see it as yourself. You see it as it's almost like someone else is watching you. There's a presence here that's watching you. Do you see? You as the girl in the computer game, from her point of view, which is the false point of view, because that's not what you are. But from her point of view, it feels like there's someone watching me. I can feel this pair of eyes on the back of my head. Everything I do, I can feel something's watching me. And it never changes. Doesn't matter if I go left or right, it's always just there, the same. There's a presence. There's like a deeper presence. It's always there. Just watching. Do you understand what I'm saying, girl? So from the point of view of the now, so this is kind of like what it's like. From the point of view of a person, the self is like a witness. It's that which is it's a presence which is always there. It's actually what we are. But because we're falsely identified with the body mind, we see it as something outside of ourselves. We might call it God. We might call it spirit. We might call it presence. The whole point of calling it the self is so we know it's what we are. But we could even externalize the word the self. We say, oh, that's the self, as if it's something apart from us, even though the very name self is trying to show us that it's not apart from us. We can still externalize any word, objectify any word, and make it into something else apart from us. So first, just notice that there is a presence watching you or with you always. That's unchanged, unaffected by whatever's happening. And then, so that is the witness or the presence. This is Savikalpa teaching from the point of view of ignorance. It feels like it's God or spirit or self or presence or witness consciousness. But this is actually what we are.
Did you say that last part again? I kind of spaced out when you said that. I don't know why.
Which part? What's the
You
last
said
thing you heard?
notice the presence watching you, and then what did you say after that?
Just connect or notice that there's something here that never changes. It's always watching you. It's looking at you. It's with you always. It's always here. It's unchanged. It's unaffected. That is actually what you are. But you've been mesmerized into thinking you're a person within the screen, within Maya, whereas actually you are that which is aware of the person. When you go into that which you are truly, you'll discover you're not even that which is aware of the person. You are something much deeper, much greater, much simpler, much more beautiful, much more wonderful. This is when you discover the bliss of the self, the infinite nature of the self, truly infinite nature, not some conceptual notion of infinite. It's beyond the body, beyond the mind.
Thank you. It's all very clear. Answered my question.
Yeah, it answered your question. Good. Thank you for asking it, Gail. These Savikalpa teachings, Drishti-Srishti Vada teachings, these are very helpful for a householder, in case that was Vedant's question. They bridge the gap between materialistic paradigm, which we think we're a body mind living in a world, and the ajata paradigm, in which it's just the one self, one without a second. We have Drishti-Srishti Vada, sorry. I know it's a bit confusing. I get confused, you see, even. These are the teachings in which we say, these are the consciousness style teachings or spiritual teachings, where we say spirit is primary and everything, or consciousness is primary and everything is an appearance in consciousness. And these style Savikalpa teachings can be very helpful to us as householders. They're not liberating teachings, but they can help bridge the gap. Most or many non-dual teachings that you see in the spiritual marketplace, they teach on this level only, or something like this. They're Savikalpa teachings. They're teachings that teach us about unity amidst diversity, unity of subject and object, unity of consciousness and the objects of consciousness. Whereas Bhagavan's teachings go deeper than this, because that is not truly non-duality, even though to the mind conceptually it may seem like non-duality. True non-duality is deeper than that. This is one of the great revelations of the ancient scriptures, Vedantic scriptures, which say this again and again, and also Bhagavan Ramana's teachings. He gives us the Nirvikalpa teachings. If anyone wants to know more, I've done a video on this called Savikalpa and Nirvikalpa teachings. It's a, I think it's a lovely video. Um, and it explains the difference between these teachings and how they work. Some of it, anyway. There's another video called partial non-duality. Partial non-duality, which is also worth listening to if you haven't.